Hi there, welcome back to my vlog. Today, I want to go meet up with a friend in Hero, but I ended up joining the wrong train. So instead of heading towards Hero, I ended up at Hiroshima. So I decided to explore Hiroshima. So right here in the city, I decided to go to a halal store in Hiroshima city. I've never been to a halal store in Hiroshima, so I decided to go and find out what their prices was like. So that's the halal store over there. It's very easy for you to join a wrong train in Japan, so you have to be extra careful when you're moving around here. But just very little things. Okay, these were the two items I got from the halal store. This is flaxseed 500 grams, and chili pepper, hot chili pepper. And this costs chili pepper 350 yen, flaxseed 940 yen, altogether 100 and 1290 yen. Yeah, so this is cheaper from this store than in Shinjuku Halal. I don't know if Shinjuku has this size, but yeah, I'm happy about these two buys. Okay, what I found about this halal store in Hiroshima is that their prices are slightly more than the prices for Shinjuku halal. So despite the fact that Shinjuku halal prices on their app or their website is higher than their prices in the store, it's still cheaper than this one over here in Hiroshima city. So we'll stick to buying from Shinjuku halal until further notice. Yeah. So I'm headed to Hiroshima Castle now. I want to just go explore Hiroshima Castle. I walked down to the bus station and joined the bus that dropped me off closest to the Hiroshima Castle. It's very sunny and extremely hot. I have my umbrella, sunglasses, and my fan. Support me. Finally, shade. Tree. Hiroshima Peace Museum. Besides, yay. One thing I love so much about Japan is how well they take care of the environment. Everywhere is clean. It's so freaking hot. You are here, Hiroshima Castle. So let's go. Wow, this tree literally just forms like a perfect shade while you pass. So beautiful. One thing about Japan is be ready to trek because most of their buildings, establishment is always like a distance before you get to the actual building. So be ready to trek, get your sneakers. This is the entrance of the Hiroshima Castle, and we paid 370 yen to enter for adults. Students always get discounts in Japan. So, got my ticket. Yeah, I'm just filming flyers that I saw on display for activities going on in Hiroshima this summer. Yeah, so the best route to come to Japan is actually as a student. You don't have to go through the craziness of working in Japan because honestly, the work culture here is very crazy. The expectations are a whole lot. So I'm just going to be showing you like pictures of artifacts or pictures of all of the history that is in Hiroshima Castle. So there's so much that was shared about the original castle when it was built, the rulers of the castle. Like there's so much history right here in this Hiroshima Castle. And you can even see like the plan of the Hiroshima city and an overview of what Hiroshima was. There's so much history that was written on the walls here. You can even see pictures of like the old castle. This was tiles from the old castle ruins. And this is like parts of the ornaments that is being put on the tiles from the old castle that they had. So one thing I really admire so much about Japanese building is how they do their roofing. It really fascinates me on the kind of materials that is being used to roof their houses. Like that's one thing that's very unique about Asia. So these are like old ruins from their old castle. Because over in Africa, like our kind of the way we tile houses is different. Even like our old houses, like the mud houses we used to build in Africa, it was really different. So I guess each regions of the world tend to have unique ways of doing their houses, their castles, like palaces in in the days of old in ancient Africa. So this particular castle has like this view from the upper part where they can use to look down and see, let's say, if somebody's passing by, or just have like an exterior view of what's going on outside, probably just to monitor maybe invaders coming into the castle. And then this iconic image right here that I saw in the castle, like it was really, really colorful and vibrant. I had to take a video of myself in with the image because I really liked how colorful it was. So I kept on just showing you more of the images I saw. A lot was shared about their rulers and how one ruler would come into power and another ruler would take over. They shared about prominent families and how certain families own certain parts of the prefectures in Japan, and how the prefectures was once known as the reefs. Just pause the video at certain points and you can read like the English part of this images so you could get to learn about the history if it's something that you are interested in. So I'm like your tour guide, your virtual tour guide. Let's say you've always dreamt about coming to Japan, but you don't have the resources to come. I will be taking you around Hiroshima Castle in this video, so you don't have to dream about coming because my eyes I'm being your eyes right now. You can just pause the video and just watch and read all of this history, this rich history that is the Hiroshima Castle. And take note, like all over all the prefectures in Japan, they have castles in most of these prefectures. Though some of the castles may have been destroyed and all, but most castles in Japan have most prefectures in Japan rather has like a castle. So I wanted to try on this armor and helmets that is over on this side. So I was waiting for the people to take pictures and then I went in to take pictures and then that this thing is so heavy. I looked so tired wearing it, but I took it off and just continued enjoying the experience of being in the Hiroshima castle. So this part right here is just showing more of the culture, the samurai lifestyle. There was even parts that even showed how the tea ceremony started in Japan. We're going to get to that part where I'm going to show you a picture of how the tea ceremony started in Japan. And luckily for me, I've been fortunate to attend a tea ceremony in one of the schools I teach at. And when I also attended the Yukata Festival a couple of weeks ago, I also experienced the tea ceremony, but not like the formal one, just like matcha making. So those were like cutleries or other utensils that were used to serve meals in ancient Japan. And these are just small household items or storage things. What do I even call it? Let's see what's written here. It's a square box known as a hazukin. Yeah, so that's a hazukin, and then more household items that were stored. And that thing over there looks like an African mortar. You know, the funny thing is sometimes when I look at how Japanese people dress, like I see lots of similarities with like the African culture. I see some similarities with the African culture. It's just that we have like different skin colors and languages and all. Yeah. So more of the Hiroshima castle. I'm just showing you more images right here. So if you've been thinking about coming to Japan, you probably want to relocate to Japan to probably work for a few years and all. Let me just tell you, this is not a country that you probably feel like you want to relocate to and spend the rest of your life in, because the in over here in Asia they hardly would give you like citizenship or even PR. It takes like years for people to even get PR. So if you're thinking about the country to move to, think about countries that are more pro immigration. Don't be thinking about countries in Asia. Even the Americas and Australias, they're beginning to close their doors to people who want to immigrate to their country. For me, I am not immigrating to any country. I'm just living here in Japan for this 1 year.
if I get another job in a different country, I would move. If I feel like I still want to stay in Japan after this 1 year, I could choose to stay for 1 more year. But I wouldn't want to still be in Japan after 2 years. Like my maximum number of years that I'm giving in Japan, I'm giving myself to live in Japan is 2 years by the grace of Almighty God, and I'm out. So these are funny chores from like ancient Hiroshima, like they are ancient castles, and they were able to preserve these things. And this is about the tea ceremony, about how tea ceremony was started, and this is how they tend to do the tea ceremony. These are like chairs. I'm gonna go back and show you this inside that room. There is where they set up for the tea ceremony over there. Yeah. So there's so much rich history right here. That was like a cap. I don't know what this is, but there's so much that was preserved. So much was preserved from like the ancient Hiroshima, which is really, really lovely. I remembered while I was still in secondary school when we visited the is it Ojuku the National it was a museum about Igbo culture in eastern Nigeria, and it was a really lovely experience. I just wish that Nigeria was a more stable country so we could really attract foreigners for tourism purposes. But right now, like tourism is really blowing up in Asia. Lots of people want to experience like Asia and all of that. Yeah, I guess that's the reason why lots of us are here. And this is a view of Hiroshima City from the apex floor on the Hiroshima Castle. I think this is the fifth floor, the sixth floor. So I'm just giving you like a view of up here. Hiroshima City, very peaceful, calm, beautiful city from the apex floor of the Hiroshima Castle. So I made it here to Hiroshima Castle. Yeah, so I'm really happy I crossed this off my to-do list. I finally visited Hiroshima Castle and you experienced Hiroshima Castle with me. So I'm gonna start heading back down and head over to the next place that I want to visit in Hiroshima City. But I'm gonna share that other place I'll be visiting in my next video. I don't want to make this video to be too long because 12 minutes 45 seconds is already very very long. So this is some images that I didn't show before. So you can see like at the bottom part, Japan is so orderly in the sense that they would even show you where to walk. If you're going out, stay on the left side, and if you're coming in, stay on the right side. Am I getting it right? Okay, if you're heading out, you should be on the left, and if you're coming in, you should be on the right. That's when you're facing forward from where I'm moving.
Okay, Hiroshima Castle done. Let's head to the next location.
Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye, love.